Okay, so this is going through question 6 from that practical worksheet. So the first question asked about a student spilt some of the water before starting the heating, but accurately recorded the new volume of water. So they will have recorded their mass of solution as going down, but as there was less solution to heat, that means you'll have been able to increase the temperature more. Right? It's easier to increase the temperature of smaller volumes of liquid. These two effects will cancel out to mean no overall effect on the heat, and there will be no change to the moles, so no change to the calculated delta H. Question B. The student spilt some of the water before starting the heating, but still used 100 centimetres as the volume. So they haven't changed their volume of solution incorrectly. However, as they actually used less volume, that means the temperature will have increased more, and so their recorded heat change would be greater. And moles won't have changed, so moles hasn't changed, but their recorded heat change is more, and so their enthalpy will appear to be greater in magnitude. As this is an exothermic reaction, it would appear to be more exothermic. Question C. The student burnt a larger mass of ethanol and accurately recorded this larger mass. So their mass of ethanol has increased, MR stays the same, and so because of math, that means the moles will increase that they've recorded. And also, if they've burnt a larger mass of ethanol, that means the temperature will go up more. And so their heat change will be recorded as being more. Moles has gone up, heat change has gone up, the effects will cancel, and so the calculated delta H will be the same. For D, the student burnt a larger mass of ethanol, but didn't record that. So according to their calculation, the mass is the same, and the MR is the same, so the moles is the same. However, if they actually burnt a larger mass, then they will have increased the temperature more, and so their heat will have gone up. So moles will be the same, their heat will have gone up, and so they will appear to have a more exothermic reaction. For E, after burning the alcohol to heat the water, the student went to the bathroom before recording the final temperature. So that isn't going to affect their mass that they burnt, that's not going to affect the MR, so their moles would be recorded as being the same. However, if they waited before recording the final temperature, they're going to get more heat loss, aren't they? And so their recorded temperature change will be less, and therefore their recorded heat will be less. So they record moles is the same, but heat is less, and so their reaction would appear to be less exothermic. And then for F, the student mistakenly calculated the MR for propan-1-ol rather than for ethanol, and so as that has a larger MR, they will have recorded the MR as being larger. Mass is the same, so because of maths, that means they will have recorded less moles. Nothing is affected here, and so our heat is the same, but our moles appears to be less, and therefore the enthalpy of combustion will appear to be greater in magnitude or more exothermic.